Frank Lampard got it absolutely spot on tonight. And once again, just like on Saturday, his subs were brilliant and changed the game and affected them in an impactful way. His two subs that he made created the winner. And as I say once again, people will doubt Frank Lampard, they'll doubt his management because of his experience, because of him coming into a massive job like Chelsea. If other managers in that situation made similar subs and they had an impact, they'd be getting a lot of credit. And that's what Frank deserves tonight. Hello there guys, what is going on? Son of Chelsea back here again for my rational perspective on Ajax 0, Chelsea 1. Frank Lampard's best win as Chelsea manager so far, our best win of the season. An incredible result, it really was. Considering going into the game and the challenge of coming up against such an impressive inform Ajax side, it's still like hard to process because the goal did come late, and just that performance, absolutely incredible all round. And it was a performance that I don't think a lot of us saw coming. You could maybe look at certain defensive performance, and that's what is the key today. Old school Chelsea performance defensively away from home in Europe. Frank Lampard got it absolutely spot on tonight. And once again, just like on Saturday, his subs were brilliant and changed the game and affected them in an impactful way. His two subs that he made created the winner. And as I say once again, people will doubt Frank Lampard, they'll doubt his management because of his experience, because of him coming into a massive job like Chelsea. If other managers in that situation made similar subs and they had an impact, they'd be getting a lot of credit. And that's what Frank deserves tonight. This was a brilliant performance. And if you contrast this display to the one we showed against Valencia, that was more naive, where we got done by a team who were experienced and exploited our naivety and maybe Frank's naivety in some of the tactics in that game. This was the complete contrast and how quickly we've learned. But going into it, because we have to talk about it, because it was such an amazing victory. One change to the team. Kovacic, of course, coming in for Barkley, who started against Newcastle and was injured. The 4-3-3, it didn't surprise me too much. I predicted that in my team selector. And keeping the bulk of the side that had performed well, that's not too surprising. You know, sometimes maybe managers feel like they have to change something, and maybe Frank had that confidence in his team. No, this team has just got a clean sheet for me against Newcastle. I want to keep the rhythm, keep the momentum, keep players who are playing well at the moment and get them playing. And I thought that just generally in that first and second half, we just really disrupted the rhythm of Ajax tonight. We competed with them. It's not like a park the bus situation at all, but we really disrupted them from ever getting into their flow of possession. Really, they really struggled on the ball, and that was pressing from the front, winning tackles in midfield, the defence, which was outstanding tonight. And in that first half, we did have chances on the break. There was always that feeling that we could get out Ajax tonight. Whether it was Hudson-ODOI, Mason Mount had a chance early on. And the problem in that first half was the final ball. It was that final moment when we got to that final third, because we actually got through Ajax's press, whether they were pressing Kepa and he was able to hit a ball upfield, and then we'd have more height so we could win the second ball and then get forward. At the pace of Kovacic, which is just so impactful in those situations, or a lovely ball through from Jorginho, or the pace of Mount, Hudson-ODOI and Tammy and Willian. But it was just that final period of the game that we struggled with. And of course, Ajax did have a goal ruled out, rightly for offside. I think back to Mason Mount's left foot against Liverpool. It balances itself out, and that was the closest Ajax came, at least in open play, to scoring. And it was good that we got away from that, because I actually thought defensively we were looking so solid in that game. But then, of course, it then went into the second half, and it was just about sort of concentration and thinking for me about looking at the two games. We said sort of 4 points would be a brilliant return, right? And you're sort of thinking 0-0, it's a good solid performance away from home. It's good defensively, kind of against Ajax, who are the best team in the group, who are on fire at the moment in domestic league in the Eredivisie, and also in the Champions League, winning their first two games. And we just kept doing that, and I thought that in the second half it was even better. We restricted them to even less, and I want to give props to me. I know man of the match will probably go to the player who scored or created the goal, but Azpilicueta, Dave was absolutely world class tonight. He led by example. We all doubted him at the start of the season, right? And we want to see Reece James come into the team, but Dave absolutely showed why he is a first team player and why he has started as many games. I think it's 350th game for Chelsea tonight. And there were stats being said by the commentator about the amount of games he's played. This is why, because he used every last strip of his experience, his top class experience, a great tackle in the first half, just always being in the right place at the right time, which we've become accustomed to with Dave. But I thought tonight, once again, at his age, too, with doubters as well, with of course excitement to see young players come in like Reece James, he was absolutely world class tonight, and he led by example. And I thought Tomori as well had some shaky moments early on, but grew into the game. Zuma once again exemplary. Alonso never really got tested as much. The only problem was just going forward. But I thought that whole back line, and of course the defending as a team, we just defended as a team so smartly and weren't naive, didn't overcommit in any period. There was one time where Zuma did quite late on, but Jorginho was there to cover for him as usual. And then we come to the subs, which Frank made very similarly in the Newcastle game, bringing on Christian Pulisic for Willian. And then eventually later on after that, bringing on Michy Batshuayi for Tammy Abraham, who had done a decent night's work but hadn't really got any chances of his own. And Christian Pulisic once again making an absolutely key impact and instant impact in a game. You think of the lack of playing time this guy has had this season and the amount he's done in that time, it's just so impressive. And I think really anyone commenting and being frustrated about Pulisic's playing time, he's going to get more playing time after tonight, absolutely. But it should show you what this guy can do even coming off of the bench, and he has once again shown his quality and why he's going to be a brilliant signing for Chelsea and such a good prospect along with all the other young players we have. Pulisic tonight, I think, proved a lot of people and probably arrived at Chelsea. He had that spell against Newcastle, and I gave him credit for basically having a massive hand in creating the goal. But tonight, he got the assist, he created a goal, and the goal itself, Michy finishing. What is it with Michy Batshuayi scoring key goals for Chelsea Football Club? The winner against West Brom that won us the title, the winner at Atletico in 17-18, and tonight he had that chance which once again came from Pulisic. I think it was a Pulisic shot that got deflected, it looped over. And Michy, I thought that was going to be the moment that defined the night for Chelsea. And, you're worrying, he takes it on his chest and he blasts it over. And you're thinking, oh, Michy, that's your big chance. That's our biggest chance in the game. And he skied it. And you are worried with Ajax, with their prowess going forward and looking for a goal at home with the crowd getting frustrated. Would they go on and punish us for missing that chance? But no, Pulisic cutting inside and a lovely ball back across the goal. And it's actually a little bit behind Michy. But he hits it, hits the crossbar and goes in. And it's a brilliant moment. It's a brilliant goal. And Chelsea then just held on and really just managed the game absolutely brilliantly. That added time. And Chelsea held on. And if you want a manual of how to see out a game in added time when you're 1-0 up away from home in a tricky European tie, watch that last 4 minutes where Chelsea basically for 3 of them kept the ball in Ajax half, right deep, right near the corner flag where it was supposed to. We won fouls, we got throw-ins, we just were able to do the right things and show experience, and that is a coming-of-age performance for a lot of those players. We already know the quality of a lot of them, but this will just be another step and another big moment for all of those players and for the squad unity as well. The belief that we can go away to Ajax and compete. And I did say at the start of the season that I did believe this Chelsea side could surprise people in the Champions League. They've done that tonight. Now this is only one game, one 90-minute game of football. It's a brilliant win. It's 6 wins in a row now. And for the confidence, for the belief, for the fans, it's an amazing night in Europe. Absolutely one that is going to be a landmark night, hopefully, this season. But I do want to stress as well, there is also 3 games left to go. We're only halfway through this group, but it gives Chelsea a massive platform now. 11 points of Ajax going into that game at Stamford Bridge to really take a hold of this group now and get through to the knockout stages. But yeah, I have to admit, I'm a little bit in shock because it is such an incredible performance and result, and it's just, once again, just keeps this momentum, keeps this feel-good feeling at Chelsea. Frank celebrating with the fans and the players at the end. It's the sight you want to see, and it's the sight we want to see more of going forward. And And, you know, the low expectations at the start of the season, you want to sort of restrain yourself, and I naturally do because I don't want to go out on a limb and say anything. But the early signs are just so positive, aren't they? And it seems like we are improving. Also defensively tonight, if you would have watched that opening game of the season against Manchester United, or the early opening weeks, the Norwich game, the Sheffield United game, Wolves game, where we were conceding goals, we looked like we could concede at any point. And without players, once again, like N'Golo Kante, like our best defender in Antonio Rudiger, who aren't in this team, we've barely played any football, but we are producing performances like this defensively. Even if I'm sure maybe naysayers will say, you know, Ajax weren't on their game, but I think that was because Chelsea put them off their game, and absolutely deserve credit for that tonight. So those are my thoughts on the victory. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. If you did enjoy it, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell to never miss an upload. Follow me on Twitter @SonOfChelsea, and I'll see you again.